bring in now by phone Mark Levin, host of Life, Liberty, and Levin, and a constitutional attorney and expert. Mark, thank you very much. Good to have you here. What goes through your mind as you listen to all of this so far? And then I want to dig in with some specific questions for you, if I may.
You know, I sit here as a former chief of staff to an attorney general. And if this is such a big deal, how come it took 20 months or maybe 18 months to figure out that this super secret information was in the home of the former president? Now, they have some concerns starting in February. They do almost nothing. They're negotiating with the president's lawyers. They're physically in the house, apparently by subpoena, in June, the FBI. They have access to the very same boxes, presumably, that they have access to under this search warrant. They're now leaking information about what they found in terms of classified information. You know, when you have the highest level of secret information, I've had to go through this. You're supposed to track those documents. They have a special cover on them. Did the government lose track of them? Who lost track of them? The FBI? The CIA? They're so damn important. That's my question. That's number one. Number two, as Brett, you, others have said, between June and August, you have a 2-month period where nothing, literally nothing happened. I don't care if the president's lawyers are raising objections or not. You're just sitting there for 2 months and you do nothing? Let me tell you what I think's going on here, Martha. This is a pretext. This is a cover-up. They wanted to get in that house related to January 6th. They're collecting additional information they didn't have in June or before June. They get one shot. They wanted to get into that house. Search warrant, so no lawyers are around. The president's not around. Nobody can get in their way and go through everything and anything they want. If they knew specifically what documents they wanted, then they should have asked for them, and they would have gotten them. There's no way to stop them, even if the documents are declassified. We are wasting a lot of time on this. Declassified or not classified, if it's your assertion that those documents belong to the government, documents that are classified, that are not classified, that were created by the government also belong to the government. The vast majority of material the government has isn't classified. It's not skip material. This is all a pretext. This is all BS. So if there was stuff that they knew was in Mar-a-Lago, you walk down to that courthouse 24 hours after you were there in June, then you make your case to the judge and say, holy mackerel, there's nuclear information in there, Judge. We got to go get it. All right, where's the warrant? I'm going to sign that thing. That's not what happened. So all this leaking, like the leak to Newsweek, like Garland knew nothing to protect Garland. The U.S. Attorney in Washington, D.C. has 2 grand juries going, one for the National Archives, one for January 6th. People need to focus on him. That guy obviously wanted to go through the back door with a search warrant in order to create this pretext of where they're looking for classified information. Well, what information? So I'm telling you as a former chief of staff, that stuff has special covers, it has special batch numbers. If it's nuclear information like the ridiculous Washington Post reported, then you would know that. If there's other information missing, then the agency that classified it and put the batch number on there, they would know it. There's no need for a broad search warrant to go into the president's former home and grab everything you can. So I want people to understand, don't chase the leaks. Don't chase the government leaks. Don't chase the Washington Post. They are always wrong. Just remember the leaks that took place during Russia collusion and so forth and so on. The reason people are wondering what the hell took place here is because this is a phony argument that they're making. I'm not saying that there may not have been classified information or so forth, but that can't possibly be the reason for this search warrant in truth. I've talked about this. You've mentioned this. It's the plain view doctrine. Get the hell in there. Grab everything you can. It's our one shot so we can see if there's anything that we can use against Trump. This isn't about taking on Trump with specific intent with the president. You know what? If we were prosecuting people for taking classified documents we'd be prosecuting every former Attorney General of the United States, every former Deputy Attorney General of the United States, every former President of the United States. I know it, the FBI knows it, and they know it. This isn't the first president, and the GSA's boxing this stuff up. There's a lot of, chaos going on between transitions one to the next. You don't assume the President of the United States is going to sell this technology to the communist Chinese or hand it out like lollipops. He's the President of the United States. He needs to be treated with respect. There are processes to be used. You don't go into court looking for search warrants and send 30 FBI agents into a former president's house. You were just there 2 damn months earlier. What did you miss?
Yeah,
I hope it clears things up.
They're great points, Mark. And, the biggest one that jumps out is just this issue of, if this is something that is so dire, why does it take so long to get in there? And why did this judge say, well, yeah, this is a pretty good affidavit you guys have put together, and this is kind of scary. So between now and August 19th, which is the date that he said they had to complete it by, you should definitely go in there and see what you can find. Quick question before I let you go, Mark, and it's this. It says that Donald Trump is under investigation for potential obstruction of justice and violations of the Espionage Act. Now, you may say, that's just the latest leak, and maybe that's what it is, and maybe it's to color this in a certain way. But what's your reaction if those are the charges potentially that are being discussed here?
Well, it would be the Espionage Act if that's how far they want to go. But then if that's what they want to do, I want to know if any former Attorney General of the United States has taken anything home, because that act is very broad, Martha. Let me be very clear about this. It doesn't just apply to former presidents who might take classified information with them. It applies to a current Attorney General who might take classified information home that he's not supposed to bring home. It applies to individuals who might be reading classified information on airplanes where they're not supposed to be reading it on airplanes. Mm-hmm. It applies to Obama. It's funny, the National Archives comes out and says, we went through those 30 million, whatever they were, documents and pages, and there was nothing classified in it. Are you kidding me? Have you ever seen a bureaucracy act that efficiently and that quickly? They went through 30 million pages and they found nothing classified.
Oh, my gosh.
And by the way, you'd have to make the jail in Washington, D.C. 100 times bigger to lock up all these former officials, all these current officials and members of Congress. So I don't want to hear that they're thinking of the Espionage Act, and they'd have to drag Hillary back, too, although I think the statute of limitations is run on her.
Mark, thank you very much. We look forward to hearing from you throughout the afternoon and evening as this story unfolds. Mark Levin, wonderful to have you here. Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.